Okay, we'll be adding a very simple broken chord to the left hand for John Denver's Annie song. If you look in line 1, those last two measures, the F and the G measure, you'll notice there's only one note per measure there. They are the ideal places to add the left hand broken chord. There's just the one note, so basically when that one note comes in is where we'll play the broken chord. So on the F measure, and the broken chords are going to be very simple. We're just going to play the chords in root position. We're going to start with the root note, middle note, top note. When you switch to the G chord, root note, middle note, top note. The melody note will always be played with the root note of the chord. So in that F measure, that C melody note will be played with the F. Then the B will be played with the G root note. So we're basically looking for all the measures where there is only one melody note. When you get to the end of line 2, you have that E minor measure. Now that E is tied, okay? That E is tied from the previous measure. So you don't even have to do anything in the right hand except keep the note held down and play the broken chord. Now, the next measure, the first measure of line 3, is an A minor chord. We can't come up and play the A minor in root position because the top note of the chord is going to collide with that E, which is still being held from that E minor and the C measure at the end of line 2. So basically we're going to do the E minor broken chord at the end of line 2, and then we're going to switch to an inverted A minor chord. Okay? Here's our normal A minor chord, but we got this E held down from the melody note, so basically we're just going to take the E and put it on the bottom of the chord. So here's our E minor chord, which we're going to do broken. When we switch to the A minor inverted, we're going to keep our pinky on the E and just move the G and the B up to the A and the C. So here's our E minor broken chord, switching to the A minor at the beginning of line 3. Okay, the last two measures of line 3, you have the F and the E minor. Once again, the melody note gets played with the root note. Okay. Now, in the middle of line 4, you have where the G chord comes in. You have you have two measures where we're going to do the broken chord. On that third G measure, there is no chord symbol there. So if you're looking at the end from the middle of line 4 to the first measure of line 5, that is all G chords. Okay, you only have the one chord symbol, but they're all G chords. So you have 4 measures of G. 2 of them we're going to do broken chords. So at the middle of line 4, that's where we're going to start our broken chord. Remember, the melody note gets played with the root note. Those first 2 measures are where we're going to do the G chord. Okay, line 5, there's the F and the G measure. That's where we're going to do the broken chord. Okay, last line of page 1, we're going to go to the E minor. Okay, this E is going to be held in the right hand, so play the E minor broken chord and go to that inverted A minor again, which is what we did at the beginning of line 3. Okay, here we go, page 2. Okay, last line there on page 2. We're going to go to a C, an F, and a C. We're going to do them all broken. Well, actually, I think the last measure will just hit a block chord there. But watch how we do that last line. So we're going to play the C, broken. Okay, we're going to invert the F chord, which is you're just going to take the top 2 notes of the C chord and move them up to the F and the A. Okay, both chords share the C. So starting from that those last three measures, the C, broken chord on the F, but it's an inverted F, and then that last C measure, just to do something a little different, we're going to invert the C chord. So all we did was, not that we have to invert it here, but we're just kind of doing something a little different. The C, if here's the C chord in root position, we're just going to take the C and put it on top, just to give us a little different of a sound. So here's those last three measures of Annie's song.